Parliament followed a 1 minute of silence to remember parliamentarian Amarakirti Athukorala of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, who was murdered in Nittambuwa last year on a day like today. The 1 minute silence was proposed by parliamentarian Nimal Lanza. Events that unfolded on the 9th of May last year were also taken up for discussion today in Parliament.
Let me recall what happened on the 9th of May. Are we going to create the same situation again?
Are you threatening us by recalling what happened on the 9th of May? If the people who fed biryani to those protesters are now threatening us, we as a government is ready to face that threat. We have an opposition which rejoices after murdering a parliamentarian.
The chief government whip is trying to control this house by being a bully.
They set ablaze the houses of Podujana Peramuna parliamentarians within 12 hours. Clearly, there was a plan. They were well organized and they clearly had the intention to do this. They came in front of the parliament and suggested to the public to set this ablaze. If they have done it that day, we would not have had any democracy in this country today. Thanks to the president for taking this over. Because of him, we were able to secure democracy in this country. We challenge you all now. Come and try to do it today the same way if you can. They had 100 odd houses in the list to set ablaze on the 10th of May. On top of this list, we had houses owned by members of the SJB and their leaders. They had plans to set ablaze to your houses as well. Their teams were ready. This is when we informed the Defence Secretary to order the army to control the situation and to order the army to open fire. We had 3 incidents where the army had to open fire. One in Ratgama, the other in Angoda, and the last one in Pitakote. If we didn't do that, I'm sure they must have set ablaze to your houses as well.
Even your brother was arrested on that day. He was also part of the Aragalaya. This is why you are trying to justify it. It is evident now that you were all behind this.
We saw some warlock following a ritual at the golf face green to chase away President Wijayadasa Rajapakshe. That warlock was struck by lightning and he died. Then they had a library there at the golf face. They even had a librarian to this library. He committed suicide at the end. People who celebrated Vesak last year using black robes are in the mental asylum today. They are in the 2B ward. One of the main activists of the Aragalaya met with a train accident in Dehiwala and he died. And another activist drowned. Then the person who posted obituary notice to Mahinda Rajapaksa had to face a sudden death in his young age. The person who used the presidential flag as a bed sheet met with an accident recently and they had to amputate his leg to save him. The best part about this was that none of the people, including the driver who travelled with him in the three-wheeler, was hurt from this accident. One suspect who is charged for the murder of parliamentarian Athukorala died in the prison. Many artists who sang there have fallen sick today. The perpetrator, who is alleged with the recent murder of a 16-year-old girl in Karuthura, was the main organizer of the Aragalaya for the Karuthura district. We have arrested more than 4,000 suspects concerning the violent activities that took place on the 9th of May. I take this opportunity to thank President Ranil Wickremesinghe for saving this country from an anarchy. Our Justice Minister revealed certain details on the events that unfolded on the 9th of May last year. He told that there was a list of houses belonging to MPs of the Samagi Jana Balawegaya which were to be set ablaze on the 10th of May. I'm sure the minister has some intelligence reports to back his claims. Members of the ruling faction pointed the finger at the JVP for committing these violent acts. If that's true, then it must be the same members of the JVP that plan to set ablaze to the houses of the SJB parliamentarians. Then why is the president not revealing this to the public? Is there a deal between the red and green elephants? In conclusion, I welcome all of you, all to learn a lesson from this Aragalaya.
මේක එළියට දාන්න නැත්තේ රතු අලිපටව සහ කොළ අලිපටවගේ ඩීල් එකක් තියෙන හින්දාද කියන එක අපි දැනගන්න කැමතියි. අවසාන වශයෙන් මේ අරගලයෙන් පාඩම් ඉගෙන ගන්න. බොරුවට අර ප්‍රසන්න රණතුංග මහත්තයා කන්නාඩි ඉස්සරහට ගිහිල්ලා මුණ බලා ගන්න ඕන. අනිත් අයට කාලා ගන්න කියන්න කලින්. හරිද? ඒ නිසා මේ අරගල කරුවන්ට හෝ
There is no point of threatening or bullying the people who got involved with the Aragalaya. Try to understand the reality and try to create a nation that can live debt-free.
If you are blaming the Aragalaya, then you should blame Ranil Wickremesinghe as well. He also supported the Aragalaya. When he was appointed as the Prime Minister, he appointed Ruwan Wijayawardena to support the Aragalaya.